Hey there. Welcome to Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. I'm a professional podcaster named Conan O'Brien. I've been doing this for a number of years, and I'm a real pro.
Oh, boy.
I'm the gold standard by which everybody is judged now. Sitting here with Sona. Sona, wouldn't you call me the gold standard?
No, I wouldn't call you the gold standard. I think there's people who've done it longer than you.
Much better.
Yeah, much better. I think you're good.
Okay.
I think you're fine.
Okay.
I think you're okay.
I have a story about the phrase the gold standard that involves the great Johnny Carson.
Oh.
Yeah, I had the privilege of getting to meet him a couple of times and talk to him on the phone a few times. And I remembered once I was hosting some special on the history of NBC on Late Night, I think 50 years. And so I got the chance to, with my staff, we cut together these montages of every late night NBC hosts, cut together all of their best stuff. So Letterman, Jack Parr, everybody, Steve Allen. I got to reach out and contact them and send them their stuff. Letterman from his late night show, and of course Johnny Carson. And then I got a call. This is before email, I think. I thought I'd just get a message that Johnny Carson either approved or didn't. And then I get this call and they say, Johnny Carson's on the line for you. And of course my soul left it was just he's the biggest star in the world all the time I was growing up, and informed everybody's idea of what a late night show was. So I saw the blinking light and I was like, that blinking light is Johnny Carson. And then someone said, no, that's the light that tells you he's on the phone. That's not Johnny. But anyway, I picked up the phone, I hit the button, and there's his famous voice, and he more or less was telling me that he watched the montage and he thought it was good. He thought we did a good job, and he really liked it. And in the special, I referred to him as the gold standard. I said, of course, Johnny Carson, the gold standard. And he said, I don't really do a Carson impression, but he said something. He said, the only thing I'll take exception to is you referred to me as the gold standard, kind of a self-deprecating thing. That's the only thing I disagree with. You called me felt like a little much. You called me the gold standard. And I said, well, keep in mind, Johnny, that gold has been greatly devalued. And I got a little chuckle. I'm not going to say I got a huge laugh, but I got a little chuckle, and I was so happy.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
What else do you guys talk about?
He then started going on and on about what a huge fan he was of mine. No, he didn't. No, we actually had a really nice conversation. It wasn't that long. I don't like to over-represent things, but it was really special. I got to tell him that one of my favorite old Carson clips was he used to do this character, Art Fern. Oh, yeah. And Art Fern had this famous thing where he was like a fast-talking pitchman kind of, and he was telling you how to go someplace in L.A. to buy a certain product. And I was telling Johnny Carson this. I said, oh my God, every time my writers see this segment of Art Fern that we show with this line in it, we die laughing. And so I said, it's the one where you're Art Fern and you're saying, do this, get on the 101, then switch to the 134, then get on the 5 freeway. And then he says, take the Slauson cutoff. And he says, then get out of your car and cut off your Slauson. Yeah. And my writers...
Matinee lady.
And he says, and it's the way, he kind of rides up on his toes a little bit, and he says, take the Slauson cutoff, get out of your car, cut off your Slauson. And he's got this big pointer he keeps hitting the board with. And my writers and I, we like to think that we're edgy, young, hot shots. We watch that clip, and every time he does that joke, we burst out laughing.
It's timeless. When you brought up Art Fern, I almost said, cut off your Slauson.
Cut off your Slauson.
I'm glad I didn't.
And I'm glad you didn't also. And I said, that joke is funny every time. It was kind of just a nice moment because he said, yeah, he said, it is. He said, and he kind of chuckled and he went, I don't know why. And then, the conversation was over pretty quickly, but it was just really nice to be able to tell him, how much he meant to all these young writers still. This is years and years after he retired. So that was nice.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
I have that memory until I lose it.
Slauson is penis.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
In this case.
Yeah. Yes.
It's a street.
I wish, you know what?
Oh, yes, I know the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think Johnny would have loved it. Had you been on set, he would have loved it because he loved people like you. So I'm not even kidding.
No, he didn't.
No. I'm serious. If you had been on set, he would have loved if he'd said, get out of your car, cut off your Slauson, and if you had said, wait a minute, is Slauson penis? Now, of course, that would have shut down the network in 1974, but still,
I wonder when
he
you were
would have
allowed
thought
to
that
say
was really
penis.
funny.
It was when Saturday Night Live did that sketch at the nudist sketch, wasn't it? That was the first time you were allowed to. And
I worked on that sketch.
well,
No, you
why don't you talk
didn't.
about
Yeah.
it?
You're a penis pioneer.
Yeah, in that sense.
Robert Smigel, he was the lead person on that sketch, but I worked on that sketch with him and wrote a song at the end, the penis song. Standards came in. I think it was actually the great Rick Ludwin, and they just said, there's no way you can do this. And we were arguing that, like, it's part of the anatomy. You should be able to say penis. Of course, now it seems like the most tame thing in the world.
I know. But you get weird when people say vagina. So you would
don't
be
do
like,
that.
oh, okay.
Don't
so
do that.
censor vagina.
Yeah. Oh, God, please. No. Please.
Well,
we got to just shut that down.
I had no idea you were the penis guy.
Well, first of all, you should know that I
know
have
you more as dickhead.
quite a reputation. Of course, my nom de plume is dickhead. But also in some parts of Europe, I'm known as the penis man. Everyone calls me something different.